Welcome, patrons, into our studio for the lesson on how to create images with just 3 primary colors and not mixing the colors. That sounds very straightforward because today our theme is going to be a candle, a lit candle shining in the darkness. And you would think, oh, just paint a red candle and a yellow glow and a blue base. But that would be contrived, and it wouldn't truly be coming out of the color. It would just be painting colored forms. So today I'm going to show you how to take a theme such as the candle, the light in the darkness, and paint it truly out of the color. You're going to need the usual amount of materials, a wet on wet piece of paper soaked, and a couple of containers of water are appropriate so that you can just wash off one for yellow, the other for the reds and blues. That way you won't have to change your water. And then of course you want to get the lemon yellow, the carmine red, and Prussian blue, or cobalt blue, or ultramarine blue, whatever you have, you can use that. And now we'll get started. Okay, so the key to this is going to be working very wet and light to begin with. So you can start with your yellow and dip into the water. Dip into the watery yellow and even get more water, because I want you to imagine that yellow is going to spread out here and be kind of light. It doesn't look very light, so I better use a lot more water around it to get it light. Very wet. Very quick. Light spreads ever and ever lighter till it's white. Then wash your brush off. Again, take the blue. Let the blue have a lot of water and just spread lightly. See if you can make it light blue, especially where it touches yellow. It should be very light, free. But while I have blue on my brush, I'm going to get a little bit darker blue from the bottom of the jar and come just around the periphery with darkness. Because it's so wet, it will just bloom inwards. It's magic, really. Now what about the red? I said we weren't going to mix the colors. So I want you to wash the brush off, get the blue off. And now with red, only a small amount of red. Look how tiny that was. And in the white space, this is where the red may appear. Now I would like it to come down a bit lower. In order for it to do that, I'll have to take away a little bit of the blue, just because I don't want to make purple. I just want it to be red. Again, I'll just take a little bit of red, a little bit of water, and let it spread. Let red spread. How deep can it spread without becoming purple? And it shouldn't become orange either. Now, what about the candle itself? How do we make a candle out of yellow, blue, and red? Here's what we're going to do. Wash the brush and get everything off except pure water. And find a place where you think the candle flame would be. Paint it with water. See how it's beginning to wick up? If I dry my brush now and I pull off the yellow, I find what is left is white. And I like that white because it shows exactly the place where this big flame is going to be. And then I'm going to take yellow from the bottom, dry yellow, thick yellow now, and around my flame, I'm putting thick yellow. I'm kind of caressing the white flame with the thick yellow. And it shows the flame. Now I'll come back to the blue, washing the brush, cleaning the brush, and I'm going to make a darker blue in the lighter blue by tilting the jar and getting the thick blue on my brush. And here, in the thick blue, I create the candle holder. See how it's bleeding in there? We know what to do. Wash the brush, swipe it on the rag, and wipe away the color. We can wash it, swipe it on the rag, and wipe the color away. Because that's actually going to be a red candle. So I'm going to get some thick red now and paint into the space where I already created red, a thicker red. And in this way, yes, the candle is a red candle, but it's coming out of a red space, just as the blue holder is coming out of a blue space. And this is the way we can approach this with the very young child, satisfying a deep need to paint something that looks real, but it is not necessarily a mixture of colors. We're still sticking to the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. And we've even used a little bit of negative space here for the white. Now I'm just going to pick up a little blue here. If you wanted to show a child something quite difficult, you could have them paint a wig, just like that. And that would conclude a very simple way to use the primary colors in an imagination of an object that is not simply painting the object itself colored, but by taking colored spaces and allowing the object to intensify within those colors. Thank you, and let me know what you come up with.